Hello everyone, welcome to Crater Lake National Park News. I'm Ranger John. Today I'm coming to you from the Crater Lake News Studio to deliver important news and weather updates, as well as cool information and stories about the park. First and most importantly, Crater Lake National Park has closed as of March 24, 2020 in accordance with the United States Centers for Disease Prevention and Control and the state of Oregon. Oregon State Highway 62 remains open for travel through the park. However, there are no available services or lake viewing. Even though all events and activities are currently canceled in Crater Lake National Park, the park is still being taken care of by the dedicated staff of the National Park Service. Roads are being cleared and buildings are being maintained. I'd like to reinforce the social distancing and stay-at-home guidelines for Oregon. We are only allowed to leave the house for essentials like food and medicine. Now, I understand that many people find time with nature essential, but we ask that you consider your impact when traveling away from home. Please find creative ways to experience nature where you live. Have you been hearing or seeing a new bird? Try to identify it. Maybe look under some rocks to see if there's anything living there. Maybe you can even get a plant to grow where there isn't one now. Also, even when you're at home, make sure you wash your hands often and do it well. I looked up a video about how doctors and nurses wash their hands, and now I feel like a pro every time I do it. It takes me a little more than 20 seconds, and I don't even need to sing to myself. Something else I'd like to keep you up to date on is the weather at the park. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. The water temperature this morning was 37.9 degrees Fahrenheit out in the middle of Crater Lake. Yesterday's high temperature was 43 degrees and the low temperature was 23 degrees Fahrenheit. We have no fresh snow on the ground, but we do have 74 inches of snowpack. This is only 67% of average for this time of year. We've had 325 inches of snow since October 1st, 2019, and this is only 74% of average. Sunset tonight is 7:50 and sunrise tomorrow morning is 6:25. The forecast for the rest of the week and through the weekend is clear and windy with daytime highs near 45 and nighttime lows around freezing. Of course, one thing the National Park Service protects is the amazing science and stories of the parks. I'd like to share an awesome story about Crater Lake, the story of why the lake is so blue. Crater Lake is famous for a lot of reasons, but one of the things that shocks people when they look at it is its intense blue color. The color that radiates from Crater Lake is best seen during the summer in the middle of the day when the sun is high in the sky. This is because Crater Lake is like a big trap for blue light emitted from the sun. I'd like you to imagine that you're pure blue light sitting on the surface of the sun. You're surrounded by all types of light, all the colors of the rainbow, plus lots of types that humans can't see. All different types of light are defined by their size or wavelength. The different colors of light that we can see have different sized wavelengths. Reds, oranges, and yellows are the longest wavelengths, while greens, blues, and purples have the shortest wavelengths. Now you're about to be blasted towards Earth at the speed of light. You're pretty excited because you've never been, and it's daytime in Oregon, meaning that if you're lucky, you might make it to the bottom of Crater Lake. This has been on your bucket list since you first heard about Crater Lake from your Aunt Infrared as a young wave of light. Blast off! You're headed towards Earth and you're surrounded by all the other types of light on the 8-minute journey. You have Crater Lake in your sights as you zoom through space. It's easy to see because there's no clouds today and it looks like a blue sapphire placed high in green mountains. Slap! You hit the lake's surface with all your counterparts. Woohoo! You're almost there, but not all different types of light are cut out for the deep dive to the bottom. This journey is for blue light. You see, when light hits the surface of water, it refracts. Refraction is when the different types of light spread out, and this is what happens when we see a rainbow. So when all the colors hit the surface of Crater Lake, they spread out. The longer wavelengths like reds, oranges, and yellows can't pierce very far into the lake before they run into water molecules, slow down, and their energy turns into heat. This is why it's warm enough to swim in the top couple feet of Crater Lake during the summer. After the first few feet, the red light has been absorbed. After the light travels about 5 feet deep, the oranges get absorbed. After about 10 feet, the yellows are absorbed too. This leaves only greens, blues, indigos, and violets. The greens can make it down about another 30 feet into Crater Lake before they are absorbed as heat. But the blues, like you, happen to be just the right size wavelength to go in between water molecules and start to bounce around. Scientists call this select light scatter. Because the blue light isn't absorbed, it can scatter all over the lake, including making it all the way to the bottom, almost 2,000 feet deep. Once you're in the lake, you can only escape by zooming back through the surface. You know you want to make it back out, so you bounce off the bottom of the lake and start heading towards the white light in the distance. Once you break through the lake's surface, you can see all the colors of the light beneath the blue sky. You're on your way back into space, happy about your successful journey, when you see an obstacle in your path. You're just about to zoom past a mountaintop and slap! You run into an eyeball. A person happened to climb that mountain just to see the blue water of Crater Lake. You're absorbed by the eyeball and turned into a memory that lasts a lifetime. Now that's only part of the story. You see, all water can refract and scatter blue light, but only water that's clean can do it so well. Think about it. A muddy or polluted lake is brown. Crater Lake is blue. This is the same with the sky. The sky is filled with water molecules, so when there is a lot of dust or pollution in the air, it's brown, but when the sky is clear, it's blue. Crater Lake is so blue because it's so clean, and it's so clean because it doesn't have any rivers flowing into it, transporting mud and pollution from somewhere else. And of course, park rangers are always at Crater Lake making sure that pollution doesn't make its way into the lake. By protecting the lake, we're protecting its purity and its color, and the color is for you to enjoy. Thank you for watching Crater Lake National Park. We'll see you next time.